and gentlemen, let's kill every child-friendly thing in town!
Of an era, one of the most recognizable names in American retail is closing its doors today.
John Schumo has more on the end of Toys R Us.
Remember that giant giraffe mascot and those aisles overflowing with every toy imaginable? Toys R Us. It was a wonderland for kids, a one-stop shop for parents, and a guaranteed spot for birthday wish lists. But what if I told you those shelves are now empty, and that iconic mascot isn't greeting anyone anymore? What went wrong? Today, we'll explore the story behind the empty shelves and the silent mascot. What went wrong for this retail giant? How did a place that once sparked so much joy end up filing for bankruptcy and closing all its doors? Join us as we explore the decline of Toys R Us and uncover the events that led to the end of an era. The Golden Age. It all began in 1945 with a man named Charles Lazarus. Back then, it wasn't even called Toys R Us. Lazarus opened a store called Children's Bargain Town, focusing on baby furniture during the post-war baby boom. But Lazarus saw a gap in the market. Kids weren't just interested in furniture, they craved toys. So in 1957, he made a bold move. He opened the first dedicated Toys R Us store in Rockville, Maryland. This wasn't your average toy shop. It was a massive space filled with shelves overflowing with everything a kid could imagine. Action figures lined the aisles alongside board games, cuddly dolls, and the latest trends. It was a one-stop shop for parents, a dream come true for kids, and the beginning of a retail empire. But Toys R Us wasn't just about selection. They understood the power of fun. The stores became destinations, not just shopping trips. They hosted epic in-store experiences that made every visit an adventure. Imagine walking into a store and being greeted by Geoffrey the Giraffe himself, a giant mascot towering over you. Even better, skilled demonstrators would put on dazzling shows, showcasing the coolest new toys and leaving kids begging their parents to take them home. In this golden age, Toys R Us wasn't just selling toys, they were selling joy, creating memories that would last a lifetime. Changing times. The magic of Toys R Us wasn't going anywhere, or so it seemed, but the world around them was definitely changing. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, a new player entered the game: online shopping giants like Amazon. Suddenly, the convenience factor exploded. Parents could browse for toys from the comfort of their couch, compare prices with a few clicks, and have those amazing toys delivered straight to their doorstep. This was a game changer. While Toys R Us still offered that in-store experience, the ease of online shopping started to chip away at their business. Think about it. Remember dragging your parents through aisles filled with every toy imaginable? It could be fun, but it could also be tiring. Online shopping offered a solution. Parents could avoid the crowds, browse at their own pace, and maybe even snag a better deal. This convenience, however, came at a cost for Toys R Us. Their traditional brick-and-mortar stores, once bustling with excited kids and overwhelmed parents, started to see a decline in foot traffic. And with fewer customers walking through the doors, Toys R Us faced a new challenge: adapting to this rapidly changing retail landscape. Amazon deal. When online shopping was getting big, Toys R Us thought teaming up with Amazon was a great idea. They made a deal in 2000 where Amazon would sell Toys R Us stuff exclusively online. It sounded perfect. This way, Toys R Us could reach more people online and make lots of money. They were getting $50 million each year, plus a cut of the sales on Amazon. But here's the catch. While Toys R Us got a bigger online presence, they kind of let Amazon run the show. They didn't focus on building their own online store, so they lost control over how customers experienced buying their toys online. And to make things worse, Amazon started letting other toy sellers join in. That meant people shopping on Amazon had more choices, and maybe even cheaper prices than just Toys R Us stuff. In the end, this deal hurt Toys R Us more than it helped. Sure, it gave them a boost online for a while, but they missed out on growing their own online store. When they finally realized the mistake and ended the deal in 2006, it was too late. Amazon had become a big name in selling toys, and Toys R Us had a hard time catching up. This mistake was one of the reasons why they later struggled so much: failure to adapt and innovate. While the online shopping revolution was a major challenge, it wasn't the sole reason for Toys R Us' downfall. Another key factor was their inability to adapt and innovate. Here's how. Price wars. Faced with online competition, Toys R Us often resorted to price wars, simply trying to undercut competitors on popular toys. This strategy hurt their profit margins and limited resources for other areas. Beyond price, Toys R Us didn't capitalize on their strengths beyond price. They could have focused on unique selling points, like exclusive toy lines, robust loyalty programs, or engaging in-store events that online retailers couldn't replicate. Missed opportunities. While competitors embraced online shopping, Toys R Us lagged behind. They could have invested in a user-friendly online store, offered online exclusives, or developed a strong social media presence to connect with customers. Stagnant in-store experience. Those amazing in-store experiences that once defined Toys R Us became less frequent. With fewer resources, the stores themselves started to feel outdated and less engaging. In short, Toys R Us got stuck in the past. While they were once the pioneers of the giant toy store experience, they failed to adapt to the changing retail landscape and consumer preferences. This lack of innovation ultimately proved costly, leaving them vulnerable to more adaptable competitors. Debt and missed opportunities. The story of Toys R Us decline goes beyond just online competition. In 2005, a leveraged buyout saddled the company with a staggering $5 billion in debt. This financial burden had a ripple effect throughout the business. With a mountain of debt to pay off, Toys R Us had less money to invest in crucial areas. Modernizing stores, updating inventory, and developing a strong online presence all took a backseat to paying interest on the debt. This left them struggling to compete with retailers who were constantly innovating. The debt also impacted staffing. Toys R Us faced pressure to cut costs, which often meant underpaying and understaffing stores. This led to a decline in customer service, a hallmark that once set them apart. With overworked and potentially unhappy employees, the magical in-store experience that parents and kids once enjoyed started to fade away. The final blow. By 2017, the weight of several challenges had become too much for Toys R Us to bear. Crushing debt. The $5 billion debt from the leverage buyout continued to be a millstone around the company's neck. Limited investment and declining sales made it increasingly difficult to meet debt obligations. Fierce competition. Online giants like Amazon had become dominant forces, offering wider selection, competitive pricing, and the ever-growing convenience of home delivery. Brick-and-mortar stores like Toys R Us struggled to keep up. Shifting retail landscape. Consumer preferences had changed. Discount stores like Walmart offered competitive prices, and specialty stores catered to specific toy niches. Toys R Us, once the one-stop shop for everything toys, no longer held the same appeal. In this environment, the death knell finally came in September 2017, when Toys R Us filed for bankruptcy. Despite valiant efforts to restructure and find a buyer, the company couldn't outrun its problems. By 2018, the last remaining US stores closed their doors, marking a sad end for a retail giant that had brought joy to countless children. So, what can we learn from the story of Toys R Us? It's a reminder that even the biggest brands need to adapt to changing times. They have to embrace new technologies, prioritize customer experience, and invest in their people. Thanks for joining us on this journey. Let us know in the comments below what your favorite Toys R Us memories are. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more explorations into the fascinating world of business. Thanks for joining us on this journey. Let us know in the comments below and also like. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more explorations into the fascinating world of business.